Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another video, this time on Ahri mid lane. She is one of the best mid laners, I would say, right now, and she's one of the best to play, in my opinion, because she has high mobility, high burst, etc. She's really, really fun. Now, my lane opponent this game is a Gragas, and he has opted for Ignite, where myself has opted for TP, as to kill a Gragas isn't the easiest thing to do as an Ahri, because he does get quite a lot of health, and that kind of, ruins your experience early game anyway as Ahri. Later game, you'll be fine when you have your items. Anyway, let's quickly organize this type of thing just to make sure that everybody's lined up. So they have the Zac top lane, supports down there, and there we go. Everybody's lined up, so if you want to just keep looking at the CS occasionally, then you can do so. So anyway, me and Nami do make it into the bush pretty damn quickly, and we do get quite a nice pick off the Janna. Unfortunately, she doesn't go down because we didn't have enough damage, but we did end up getting her flash, so that's always good. It gives the bot lane a little bit more pressure early on, so a little bit of a win for us. Now, the team comps we are running currently, obviously this is Diamond solo queue, so none of this is really organised. We have a Jax top, Vi jungle, Ahri mid lane, Nami and Severe bot lane. The enemy team being a Varus Janna bot lane, Nasus jungle, Gragas mid, and a Zac top lane. I would say both teams have relatively good comps. The only champion you'd probably see or not see often is Severe, but she is making a little bit of a comeback. I'm seeing more Severe now and then, and they're doing completely fine. If you play a champion well, as I said, anything in solo queue, you'll do fine. And that includes if you think you're getting countered, but if you play well, it won't even affect you. If you're an AP mid like Ahri and you're against a Kassadin, you can still beat him if you just play it better. Counters mean nothing, in my opinion. I got to Diamond 2, 84 points without even taking counters into consideration. So yeah, that's basically my theory behind it. Play what you know and play what you love. Anyway, this lane early on, you have to be a bit careful of Gragas because he actually has quite a lot of high damage with his barrel, which I think is kind of made up for because he is a melee champion. His spells may do a little bit more damage early on in the game because he has no other way to harass unless, he literally is going into auto-attack people. Anyway, this game sound is actually really quiet. I don't know why. Let's just turn this up a little bit. Hopefully not too loud. But yeah, there we go. I can hear it a little bit, so hopefully you guys can. Obviously this is the new UI system. I thought I'd mention it quickly because there's not much going on, but it's really nice. You can interface and sound. It's really improved, and obviously we had the original menu system from the beginning pretty much of League of Legends. So yeah, it's a nice upgrade, and hopefully they continue to do upgrades, especially in the client and maybe even server area for EU West. So right now, it's just a standard lane, not much to do. That was a failed charm by myself. We'll look at the top lane. Is a gank going on, and bot lane, they are pushing the Varus and Janna really, really far back. I do remember from just this game was about, 3, 4, maybe even 5 days ago, while a little fight is going on. This Severe on our team was gold something. And we asked, are you a Smurf? And apparently they weren't a Smurf, so yeah. Anyway, Vi gets actually in quite a poor position, to be honest, and she ends up giving away first blood. Not great. She kind of stayed around this area for way too long, which led, the Jax actually left the Vi alone. So yeah, not great positioning, honestly, by the Vi there. And it gives Jax an even harder lane early game. Now, obviously, Jax is a late game monster when he gets his Triforce, maybe even a Balk or Raveners. Then with a few tanky items, then yeah, Jax is near unstoppable. That is a very low bot lane, and close. But yeah, early game Jax is not amazing, so he has to be careful now, especially with double buff Zac. Anyway, the mid lane, I am ahead in CS. Every single time that a Gragas goes for his drink, it's a very good opportunity for you, whatever champion you play, to land some, spells. And this could be, a Zareth, it could be anything. And it's also the same case for a Kassadin or Fizz. Fizz is a bit harder to do, but it does allow you, if they're going for an auto attack or something, just to try and get a spell off to do some damage. Where Jax did go down, unfortunately, to the both double buffs of Nasus and Zac. So this game right now is not looking great for us. They do have a relatively strong Zac, as well as a relatively strong Nasus, with having both double buff control. So we have to be fairly careful in this early game, where you could argue that they have a Nasus, but it is kind of good for us. Nasus, as you may know, is kind of like a Jax. His late game is also very good, as I missed that cannon minion there. But Jax is probably equal to him. Maybe even Nasus is stronger because he has the attack buff, attack debuff. So they have a very good late game, but being in jungle, he's going to take a very long time to get there if he doesn't, get kills here and there. But he actually has got a very good start to his Nasus jungle compared to what you normally do as Nasus jungle, because he doesn't do great early ganks. Anyway, I still have this TP, haven't used it yet. Gragas still has, obviously, both his summoners as well as myself. And we're just kind of CSing right now. We're pretty much even. This lane is CS. I play a fair amount of Gragas. I don't really care if it's an Aryan lane. CS, a lot of people ask me, and I have got that question before, I'm playing a melee champion versus a ranged, how do I CS? Well, it's kind of just a technique that every now and then, as you can see, Gragas is just going to hit a spell on me, just gets me a bit lower so I can't go for the all-in. That's pretty much what you have to do, and if you get your lane opponent to the stage that they can't all-in you, then you'll have a much easier time just CSing and that type of thing. So I have hit level 6 right now, and I think relatively soon there is a gank going on the bot lane, so we might see my TP coming use relatively soon. Hopefully we do. Anyway, I think I might go for my first back. I am going back, and this gank is happening. I am aware of this happening right now, but I am deciding to go back first, as I think it will give me a good opportunity to get some items, buy the 2 rings, buy some boots, and TP in on the cannon wave. Got level 6, really quick kill onto the Janna, and then eventually we'll probably just kill the Varus. So double kill for myself. That's where the TP kind of comes into its own. Help the Severe push this wave, and then go decide, got some gold, go back and base. So if you look into the gold tab right now, we'll actually go through everybody. So you can see the biggest lead in this game is clearly the Jax versus the Zac. Zac is miles ahead. He's 10 CS ahead, as well as a kill and an assist. So the Jax is at a very poor situation right now. Also a very big advantage to the Nasus above the Vi. I'm currently above the Gragas purely because of the double kill. Severe is ahead of the Varus by 500, and the Janna and the Nami are, well, it's relatively even with about 100 difference. So that's kind of where the game is at the moment. I return to mid lane with my Fiendish Codex as well as my 2 rings that will eventually be building into a DFG. I play a very, well, you can do either 2 things on Ahri. People have questioned it in the past, and everything I do is explained. I don't do anything just for the sake of buying an item. Everything is explained, and I try to explain it as well as I can, but sometimes it's just heat in the moment, and I think some people have a little bit of a hard time understanding that. But if you have, normally I do always buy my Fiendish Codex first, even if I'm going DFG or Athenes, and then I decide, right, do I need the MR? And I think the one that was recently questioned is I bought a Fiendish Code, or I bought a Athene, against a Kassadin. Now that is a very viable pickup, even if a Kassadin wasn't fed. It's I wouldn't say needed, but I'd strongly advised if you're not going Athene's first item, if you're still going DFG, then your Abyssal would have to be your second item. So you just, it's just itemization and that type of thing. But this Kassadin actually did get fed, and that's why I purchased the Athenes like pretty much straight away. And it was questioned, but that's pretty much the explanation. As I say, everything that I kind of build and do is explained relatively easy. So anyway, the buffs have come up. I think Vi just picked up her red buff, and she's probably going to move over to blue relatively soon. Gragas has had his blue for quite some time now. I think our Vi is being a bit slow in the jungle, clearing it, that type of thing. Maybe just wrong time basing, etc. So I am going to move over and take this blue buff while this is going on. I think top lane, they are having a little bit of a skirmish. So Jax is starting, well, not really starting to get his items, because well done to bot lane, they actually got a double kill, Severe being relatively low health. But Jax is still well, outmatched in items, but he's doing okay. Like, he's not totally out of it, which is good. Anyways, just CSing a little bit more in the mid lane. Relatively, well, the lanes are relatively even. Obviously, the big difference right now in the CS is that I went for the double kill, TP down bot lane, where Gragas stayed in lane, and that is pretty much the difference. It's a relatively one wave difference. So, yeah. It's still probably going to be my advantage because of the 2 kills. If it was 1 kill, then it would be a lot closer. But the 2 is really helping me out here. Anyway, going to push the wave to the tower. See what I can do here. But as you can see, Gragas' wave clear is amazing. You go for a tower and you just bam, the back wave is gone. Anyway, Nasus is doing the dragon. Obviously, a Nasus at level 6, let alone level 7, can use his ultimate and go in for the dragon by himself. So we pretty much know this is kind of obvious at this stage of the game. So Vi is actually moving in. Relatively bad position. They get the dragon, which isn't great. but we are looking to do as much as we can. Our bot lane is moving into position, so they do get the dragon and they also kill the Vi. I'm moving in from basically the back to try and do as much as I can. Gragas is going to probably continue to chase as much as he can. Severe double kill, get the charm onto the Gragas, and maybe we can get the Severe a triple kill eventually. And triple kill. So our Severe right now is getting extremely fed. So I would say the Vi positioned quite poorly there, which isn't great. Vi's not having a extremely good game. But they still probably came out on top of that trade, as you can see. Well, we are actually a little bit ahead in gold. That is probably the 1 or 2 kill, like, just extra. But they did get the dragon, which is unfortunate because dragon is a very big objective early game. Anyway, I return to base and probably going to buy my next item, which is going to be any second, hopefully. There we go. Needlessly large rod. So I probably spent all my gold on that. Yes, I don't even have gold for a potion or a ward. But my damage has gone up significantly. As you can see, I've got 193 AP. If we look into the Gragas, he's got 184. Now, he's got his Kage's Lucky Pick, which I would say is probably eventually going to build into a Morello Nomicon, which is a relatively good item against Ahri because of her Q passive that every now and then, every third Q, I believe it is, gives you increased spell vamp on that Q. But if you've got a fed AD carry in the enemy team, it's always good to pick up a Morello Nomicon also. But I like to go for quite heavy or high CDR on Gragas. You know, because he is a melee champion, he can't get them auto attacks in. So the more barrels you can get out there, pretty much the better. Anyway, I am TPing top to see what I can do. And basically this TP wasn't really meant to do anything apart from just say get off. This Jax was probably going to die if I didn't TP in. So it did save, you know, the Jax's life, which is good. Our bot lane does get the tower, as well as Severe is going a bit ham on them. She has got the red buff, so she is slowing the Janna quite, you know, big. And she might even get a kill. Janna goes down, fairly good Janna. Unfortunately, it's going to be close. And she does pick it up, so well played to the Sphere. As I mentioned, this Severe is gold. We asked if she's a Smurf, and she's not. So that shows that, you know, people can play to this level, and basically her excuse, or whatever you want to call it, is I don't play solo queue. And that's basically it. She was duo queuing with the Janna, or not Janna, the Nami. And her Nami friend was Diamond 3, I think. And the Severe just said, I haven't played solo queue all season, and the rewards are coming soon, so I may as well just play. And she was in gold, and I would guess she's maybe near Diamond now, so yeah. Anyway, the bot lane are also picking up the blue buff, but unfortunately, Gragas actually does steal it. Invisible steal might that be also added, as this is a pink ward for us. So he had no vision of that and managed to get it with just a single Q barrel. So well played to Gragas. Good, you know, instincts, I suppose. But as you can see, my damage is pretty damn high. Going in for the kill onto the Gragas. He did a fairly poor ult, has to be said, but I don't manage to pick up the kill. If I got a better charm off, I probably would have picked that up. Would have been a good kill to have. I went on him basically because I had a level advantage on him. But as you can see, a gank's coming out, and bam, get the Q on him. But I think I may go down anyway. So it's good that I did get the kill, but I'm going to return to the wave and just CS as much as possible because I know I'm dead. So, and I go down. So Nasus does pick up the killing spree. I delay it as much that the Gragas doesn't even get an assist. I think he wouldn't have got assist anyway, but I just, you know, made to be sure. And getting that little bit of extra CS just to help out. Did get the DFG. Now, one thing I have to say, and some people have commented on, is when I have a active item on the last thing, last button, I use T. T for Tiger, and occasionally, and I don't know why it is, it just doesn't work. I did a game yesterday, I believe it was, on Annie, and I'm actually playing quite a bit of Annie. I'm really enjoying her. She's really fun. But I had DFG on her, and I don't think it worked once in the whole game, and I was pressing T every single time and just didn't work. I was like, what the hell? Checked my key binds, it was fine with T, so I don't know if it's my keyboard that I need a new T button or maybe even a new keyboard, but yeah, that's kind of why it's happening. I am pressing the button, I am trying to use the item, but it's just being a bit dodgy. I probably am going to be getting a new keyboard relatively soon, but yeah. Other than that, top lane, there is a gank going off. Jax is going to try his best to get out. He does use his flash at a weird time, honestly. He flashes before his E goes down. Now, right now, their blue buff is going down.
Vi is still clearing the blue buff, so she should have kind of went over there a bit earlier, but unfortunately Jax goes down. Now, there is a gank going in the bot wave, and they are both really low. They have been overextending quite a bit. Good Q by Severe, but they have to be really careful right now. That barrel does hit. Now, I don't know really why she face-checked that. She did shield it, but the damage went down. But yeah, she did a fair amount of damage there. I am moving in for myself to try and see what I can do. Do have my ultimate up, I believe. Yes, I do. Nami does actually pick up the Janna. I flash over the wall to try and save my ultimate just because it's only 3 charges, but I think Nami does pick up the kill. So my flash was pretty much wasted, but, you know, it happens. So double kill for our Nami, which is good and bad at the same time. I don't think I would have picked up the Varus kill unless he went up. That's the only reason I flashed. But he kind of, I presume he saw me. And obviously you don't want to give any kills to an Ahri. You'd much prefer them to be onto a Nami. So, gonna continue this wave. They do actually get a kill onto the Nasus, the Jax, and the Vi, so well played to them. I am going to stay in this bot wave for a little bit, just going to push the wave as much as I can. Severe is most likely just going to go to the mid lane or even go to top to try and help out. I'm going to push this tier 2 the most I can. Get a charm onto the Janna, but doesn't really do much. Gragas is trying to move on to me and do some damage. As you can see, his damage is quite high. It is a Gragas after all. I have mentioned that his damage is, you know, very, very good. Anyway, I am looking maybe to try and get a pick here, so we'll see what I can do. If Janna walks into the bush, I'll get Janna. And if Varus did it, I'll get Varus. So Janna is the one. Get her straight away. Use my last ultimate thingy to just jump over the wall. And free kill for me. So they were actually being a bit brave there, walking in that type of area when they knew an Ahri might be around. Obviously, this is a pink for us, so they didn't have vision here. And I think that's where Janna was actually heading toward it. So yeah, good pick by myself. And Draven Ward. Yeah, I obviously have purchased the Draven Ward for myself because it is awesome and you must have the power of Draven. Anyway, they are grouping mid lane, trying to save this tier 1 mid turret. A dragon is up, so we may look to do that relatively soon. Nasus is very strong right now. He has got his Ancient Golem and his Sunfire Cape, so we have to be very careful of this Nasus. Anyway, I am going to base. I have got my TP, so if a fight does go down, I am able to get there in time. And if we look into the CS type deals, Jax is almost caught up. So as you can see, the mid-early Jax is starting to catch up with the Zac. Zac had obviously a very good early game with getting that double buffs. Junglers, Vi has overtaken Nasus in farm, but Nasus has 4 kills. That's a lot for a Nasus jungle. Myself got 4-1-3 compared to the 1-2-1 of Gragas, as well as more CS. So doing fairly well for myself this game. Had a fairly okay influence regarding, you know, ganking, etc. Anyway, there is a fight going down. I am going to jump in right in the middle of it. I pick up 1 kill for myself, and I think we're going to try and kill the Nasus, but I don't think there's much point. Anyway, Severe does a very good E. Oh, Jax is moving into the area to try and cut them off. Gragas does do a really weird flash there. I think he was trying to flash then ultimate, but then he realized he didn't have enough mana, and now that he doesn't have flash to get out, he does use his E, but maybe they'll continue. Not really sure. Jax is going deep. Might get it. Don't think so. I am moving in from the side to see if I can get a little snipe onto him, but he actually does go down by the Zac, so that's actually a pretty damn big kill. Going to move in for the charm, unfortunately, just out of range, and there's the cell division. So I do get the cell division with both the Severe Q and my Q. Severe is tanking this turret to try and get it. I've just weakened them for her, and she does manage to pick up the kill for herself. So that's a pretty good kill, and we do go for the tier 1 mid turret, and we get it. So overall, pretty good trade, has to be said. And then I'm probably going to relatively soon return to base and buy some more items. Have got 1 Amplifying Tome and a Cloth Armor, so you may be seeing me buy a Seeker's Arm Guard. Yep, there we go, Seeker's Arm Guard, because the Nasus is relatively strong. The Varus, although not strong, he will still do damage to me, so I have to be relatively careful. And Zhonya's is always a good item. Anyway, I'm TPing in to the dragon fight to do the best I can. And right now, I don't think I have ultimate, which is really sad, because if I had ultimate, these guys would be dead. I'm so close to ultimate, it's unreal. Now I've got my ultimate, I can just go on a mad killing spree. Unfortunately, I couldn't jump that wall to try and get to the Gragas. He is really, really low, but I'm trying to do my best to try and get to him, but I do get withered and just killed by the barrel. So I don't really know who got dragon there. If it did get killed, it did get killed, but I have no idea. And I don't think I even could check. Oh, that was the wrong button. We just get back a couple seconds. So we're going to just continue from here, I guess. Anyway, Jax is moving in to try and get as many kills as he can. That was a Janner. Didn't really have the graphics into this replay, but it did happen. But then they kind of overstay, and there's a Zac and a Nasus. Now, these guys are very strong, both of them, and they're just going to clean up. Double kill for the Zac, so yeah, not great. But we are still ahead in gold. We do have 2 turrets, they have 1, but they probably are going to pick up this mid turret right now, which is unfortunate, but, you know, not much we can do. But that team fight was not great, but yeah, it could have gone a lot better. If I had my ultimate right at the start, that would have gone miles better. That would have been really, really good. I would have probably killed the Varus and the, I think it was the Janna, maybe, straight away, or even Gragas. I would have killed them straight away if I had my ultimate, and there would have been no Gragas barrel to finish me off. Varus would have gone down quicker, etc. So yeah, it's just unfortunate I didn't have my ultimate a little bit quicker. Now obviously they did change the charm for Ahri when you use it on a buff, that it doesn't reset the buff. It does make it move back into the original position, but it doesn't regen its, you know, all of its health, which is always nice. Just gonna be farming up a little bit. I have picked up a blasting wand, which doesn't really go with a Seeker's Arm Guard, but I'll probably be building it into an Abyssal or a Death Cap, something along them lines. You know, Abyssal would probably be a pretty good pickup this game, seeing that Nasus does AP damage with his ultimate, Gragas obviously AP, and Zac does quite a lot of AP damage, where Varus I think does a little bit of AP, but, you know, predominantly AD. Pushing up the wave yet again, not much to say about that. You know, we are probably looking in the next 5 minutes to try and get a big team fight to try and, you know, close out this game for the win. I may look to go somewhere else on the map. They are trying to cut off the bot lane right now, but I think it is a bit too far. Severe just wanted the CS because it was quite a lot of CS, so she does want to give that up. She does actually miss that cannon wave there, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Jax does go down to the terrible duo, but we do manage to get a pick onto the Gragas, which is always nice, and we move in for the tier 2 mid turret. I do have... Oh, we are moving in also for more kills. So the Varus is at the back just auto-attacking. I flash out the way. Varus is tunnel visioning for me like a champ. He also uses his flash, and I managed to get out. So I don't really know what that Varus is doing. Maybe he wasn't just having his best of games. So yeah, we get both of them, and we're probably going to move on to the tier 2. But we do have to be careful of the enemy. Nasus is pushing this, you know, tier 2 top turret. So I have decided to base. I'm probably going to head there myself. Have already bought my home guard boots because home guard with the TP is always a really nice combination. So going to move in and try and cover this lane. He is running out of minions, but I'm probably going to try and help this push the wave. Do get a nice charm on him, so I am probably going to see if I could, you know, end up killing him eventually. If I had ultimate, it would be much, much easier. And that wither does slow me down so much that it's so hard to catch him up. But the bot wave is, or the bot lane of Severe and Nami are moving in to try and help. But I think I may use my ultimate because I really do not want this guy to get away. Killing this guy would be very big. Use my ultimate to travel, and we do manage to pick him up without the bot lane even getting there. Now, my ultimate, some people actually forget or don't even use it for, is it is a traveling device. It has pretty much the same distance as Flash, not as much as Flash, but relatively the same. And people ignore the fact that you can use it for travel. Where I do very often. Obviously, it does reduce my damage, but if I just need that, you know, need to get there for the charm, then it's very much worth it. And that's basically what happened that time. Anyway, return to base yet again and head to the mid lane. Have picked up my Abyssal right now, so I was right in saying that I was going for the Abyssal. And, you know, Abyssal is a great item in general, but especially in this game with as much AP damage as they, you know, have. Obviously, this Zac being as fed as he is has also picked up, you know, a bit of AP himself, so he'll be even doing more with that Sunfire Cape and with his spells. So, yeah, Abyssal is a good pickup this game. Anyway, we are, again, probably going to try and get a team fight going. We are relatively strong. If we protect the Severe, we're at a very good situation, but we have double threats. The Jax is relatively strong. It's hard to say that, but in a team fight, if Nasus doesn't wither the Jax, Jax will be doing a lot of damage, especially if he goes on to the Varus or the Gragas. He'll be doing a lot of damage to them. But then we have myself that does, you know, he's going to be doing a lot of damage, and we have the Severe that's probably doing the most damage out of anybody. So we have kind of two big threats and one kind of side threat that if they ignore him, he'll be doing a lot of damage, but if they just focus him, yeah, he'll go down pretty much straight away. I have got TP up. So I probably could split push right now, but if we are trying to clump, then it's better not to TP in. Anyway, Nasus does move. He's in quite a poor position here. Anyway, there is a little fight maybe going on. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the charm there because I didn't really have any vision. But anyway, good thingy by Jax, the stun, and we do actually pick up 2, as well as the Nasus is about to go down any second, and there we go, get the Nasus. So we get 4-4-0. Pretty good finds. That was a good fight, and that's basically one of the fights we were really looking for. Anyway, I'm up here pushing the wave, maybe even looking for the inhib turret, but unfortunately the CS is way back. So unfortunately that will not happen. Zac does go really deep on me. He even uses his flash to reposition himself on top of me, but he does go down. So I don't really know why he did that. I wasn't on a killing spree at the time, I don't think, and it does give us the ace. So I don't know what that was. Maybe he just wanted the satisfaction of killing me. Anyway, that does bring me to down, to death. But right now I have the highest CS in the game, only being 207 at 25 minutes. Not the greatest CS score, could be a lot better, but there is quite a lot of action happening in this game. Unfortunately, my team is overstaying quite a little bit, so they have to be relatively careful. Severe does get exhausted. Jax is hiding in the woodwork to try and get that counter strike on people, and they all line up for a Severe. I don't know what they're doing. Q right in their faces, and they all survive. Really good play by my team. And Severe and Jax are just getting stronger. As you can see, this Jax is starting to make a difference. With his plays, that 3-man counter-strike was really, really good. So well played to him. Anyway, Nasus is looking for a chase. He doesn't, I don't think, get anybody. He's looking to try and get his own blue buff. Does wither the Nami, so maybe he is looking for a kill here. So we'll have to see how this plays out. And he's saying, oh, good flash. Good dodge onto the Nasus auto-attack there by Nami. So... oh, ultimate comes down, and unfortunately Jax does run into him, and he gets one of the killing sprees. But I think, yep, she goes down, or Nasus goes down, so another kill for Severe. But Nasus did okay there, I guess. And Zac does find the Nami, because I think she was trying to base in quite a poor position. Anyway, I pick up the blue buff for myself and head top lane. Have picked up myself the needlessly large rod. But remember my TP. There is a target down here that's looking quite nom. So we'll have to see what that happens in the near future. Here we go, TP happening. Here we go, and flash the ultimate straight away and move in for the kill and get the kill straight away. So that was pretty good by myself. Obviously flashing over his ultimate straight away just to avoid that route. If the route happened, then I don't know if I would have got him, probably not. And while this is happening, Vi is picking up the dragon. So kill the AD carry again, keep his morale down. It's not a hard kill to do, being him 2 11 5, as well as we just picked up the dragon. So that has given me the Zhonya's hourglass. So right now I haven't got my death cap, but I still have over 400 AP if we compare that to the Gragas. Gragas has got his death cap, he's got his Morellonomicon, and he's just got under 400, being 370. So I have more AP than Gragas. Yes, I do have quite a bit more kills, etc., but I do not have my death cap for myself. If this game went the distance and actually allowed me to get it, then I would be very, very scary once I got that death cap. We are starting to group now, looking if we could finally finish this game in the next, maybe 5 odd minutes-ish. We just need a very good team fight, and then we can storm through their base with Severe ult, as that is a very good mechanism for clearing out a base. Anyway, I'm moving in the woodwork. I do use my ultimate to try and get a very good charm onto the Gragas. Unfortunately, he does dodge it. So I'm moving into the side to try and do as much as I can. I've still got 2 stacks of ultimate, so we are just taking out the tanks, really. They don't really have much backup damage. Varus is very low at the back. Gragas does go down, and we're going to just push into the base, and Varus just runs into my queue, which is always nice as a AP champion. Going to move into the base, and this is probably going to be the game here. So that is an Ahri mid game. Pretty good game by myself. I have to say, very good, well played to the bot lane of Severe and Nami. But finishing 10-3-13 for myself with the highest CS in the game. And that is the game. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned a little bit about the champion Ahri, and I will see you guys next time.